how long is your reach? But I mean, like, if you're really, really trying. Well, sawadee-krap, brothers and sisters, and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on whatever time of day you're watching this. Welcome to Mission Zero. If this is your first time here, my name is Shawn, and this is The Word with Friends, the show where we take a deep dive into language and communications in order to bring us all closer together. The thing that I think we need to talk about today is how we can be more exuberant in life, and we're going to do that by talking about the word effectual. In the book of James, chapter 5, verse 16, James says, "The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much." To put that in a little more modern context, he's saying the effectual, fervent prayer of a man who obeys God will bring about huge impact in the world. Now, the words effectual, fervent, that's actually one Greek word. And I want to dive into that word today, and it's the word energeo. Now, the word energeo is made up of two component words, en and ergon. Let's talk about ergon. It is a verb that means to work or to labor or to travail or just to be putting yourself into it. This is an emotional state. This is talking about being just kind of, right? This is, I can't sit still. In Battle Cry on Monday, we talked about how David in Psalm 37 was talking about being giddy. This is sort of the energetic version of that. This is, be raring to go. To understand the word en, the Greek word en, you have to understand two other Greek words, ek and eis. Now, eis means to come into, to come towards. It's a directional statement, and then there's ek. We've talked about ek a bunch of times in the past, but ek means from or out of. It's also a directional statement, and it's kind of going out. En is right in the middle of those two, right? Between the coming in and the going out, there is en. It is to be firmly in a state. There's no directional movement, you're there. And so energeo means to be in the midst of that oomph, that drive, that focused part of your labor, of your work. It's to be, but constantly. Now, there's a lot of pastors that will tell you it's not about you. It's not about emotions. Emotions are this thing that you just have to keep under control and you gotta whatever. I'm gonna tell you, the emotional component of energeo is absolutely critical to understand. This is 100% about your emotions and your emotional state, because that's where power comes from. This is where you set aside your past and your future and all of your concerns and all of your chaos, and you are just in the zone, in that excitement of prayer. This is the prayer that stops the sun in the sky. This is the prayer that sets captives free. This is the prayer that raises the dead. This is miraculous prayer. And it doesn't come from being neutral. It comes from being completely and wholly energeo. There's my exhortation to us. There's my challenge for us and my question. What's holding you back from living in energeo? What's the thing that you will stretch for? What's the thing you will reach to attain in your prayer life? And so take this message, whatever piece of it you can, whatever piece of it rings to you, and use it to become the youiest you can possibly be. And may God pour out the blessings of drive and energy and oomph and passion in us this week to have miracle prayer. And I love you so, so deeply. Peace out.